Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is episode 11 of my fun but impractical series, and this time we're going to be taking a look at that big boy Black Bolt Mint Wolverine, and let's see how we do. So I have sped up the footage of this fight times 2, so we don't have to watch 12 minutes at Black Bolt having a go at this Wolverine. And as we all know, the way Black Bolt works is that he gains furies and cruelties whenever he lands a critical hit on opponent, and so basically over time he can stack them up if he has Medusa synergy with him, because whenever he gets hit by a critical hit he can gain a permanent fury. However, when he lands a hit on opponent, his furies and cruelties are not permanent, they do expire. However, with Medusa synergy that changes, and when you land critical hits on opponent, these buffs you gain are actually permanent. Therefore, in theory, there is absolutely no limit how many furies and cruelties you can get, just like with Gamora we demonstrated earlier in the series. So this is definitely going to be a ramp up fight. And here we can definitely see that Black Bolt's furies and cruelties are ramping up much slower than Gamora's, and also the damage he's putting out is nowhere near as impressive. But that in itself doesn't mean anything too much for us. However, that is just going to make sure that the fight is longer. Aside from that, we don't care how much that fury gives us attack. So long as it gives us any attack, it means that eventually we should be able to outdamage that Wolverine and take him down. Now, I am running suicides currently, therefore I'm not really going to be spamming my special attacks initially anyways while we'll build up. So as you can see here, we are 240 hits in, we are at 10 furies, 5 cruelties. Slowly but surely our damage output is going up. We're starting to crit for like 2k, but yeah, compared to Gamora, this ramp up is really bad. But we are not going to let that discourage us. We're just gonna keep on going, just gonna keep on mincing with that Wolverine. Now we do need to be extremely careful, not because we are afraid to lose our combo, because that doesn't matter in this fight. Simple fact that we are using a 3-star against Realm of Legend champion matters, because our health pool is obviously limited, so we do have to be careful. Therefore, whenever he's past 2 bars of power, I'm always choosing to finish my combos with 4 hits, because that gives me kind of more time and distance to get away from him if he chooses to launch his level 2, because that one is fairly quick. Sometimes it does catch you when you are kind of not careful. But aside from that, we can see that almighty King of Inhumans surely is taking his time. 368 hits, only 12 furies, 7 cruelties, and the damage output is not really looking all that great for us. However, that will improve. We are gonna get more furies, we're gonna get more cruelties, and we're gonna start hitting harder. So let's just keep going and keep smacking at this Wolverine. At this point, 400 hits in, still not really any special damage output. We are hitting harder than a typical 3-star for sure. However, seeing 2k crits, it's gonna be a long fight, won't it? Well, then let's just keep going and see how long exactly this is going to take us. It is worth mentioning that Black Bolt's level 2 can deal up to 3 armor breaks and stun opponent, which is something we are going to rely on when we build up our damage even more, because armor breaks and stun in conjunction with Despair Mastery should be able to diminish his healing by a lot. Therefore, when I'm going to feel that we are at appropriate point, we're going to start spamming special attacks. However, we're going to notice something odd here. We are at 15 furies and 15 cruelties, right? And at this point I'm starting to think that maybe I'm just having a really bad RNG, because we're not getting a single fury, a single cruelty. We have went 50 hits without anything. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the RNG is not with me today. That's going to make this fight even longer, right? Well, let's just see what happens when we carry on. Let's just keep hitting and more cruelties and furies will come, right? Well, wrong, because apparently Black Bolt is limited to 15 furies and 15 cruelties. It almost seems as if Kabam was afraid that he's gonna start hitting too hard. maybe even as hard as, I don't know, Call Obsidian, Domino, Ghost, Star-Lord, Winter Soldier with Killmonger synergy, or I don't know, any of the more recent champions. Right, so in this case it's quite obvious that they have limited the amount of buffs Black Bolt can get. He can go up to 15 of each and no more. Therefore, he actually does have a damage cap, unlike Gamora. And that means that 3-star Black Bolt will not be able to outdamage this Wolverine, no matter how long we go, how hard we try. Now, we are carrying on just to kind of demonstrate that no matter how many hits we land, it's not a bad RNG. At this point, we have launched more than 200 hits without gaining a single Fury, single Cruelty. And yeah, at end of the video, you're going to be taking a look at Black Bolt's signature ability, just to make sure that it does not in fact mention any limitation on Black Bolt whatsoever. Therefore, this is some limitation that Kabam has placed on Black Bolt without telling their players, without kind of letting anybody know, and which is most remarkably without any need for it. Black Bolt was never going to be a god tier champion. Black Bolt was never going to be destroying quests or events. So 773 hits in, we basically ran out of health due to recoil, didn't scratch a Wolverine past like 95% mark, and here we can see that in fact his signature ability does not mention a limit of 15 buffs or 15 per cruelty, 15 per fury. Therefore, yep, we can certainly say this is one of those very nice and sneaky and sly limitations Kabam has put on champion without telling anybody and without any single reason, because we have plenty champions in game that do hit much harder and ramp much faster than Black Bolt does, and frankly this seems quite pointless to me. So this was an episode of Impractical but fun, and this turned out not to be so fun at all in the end. I mean, yeah, I just find it annoying and unnecessary. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons, and come back for more. See ya.